started rewatching Issa Rae's HBO show Insecure. I do that. I'm one of those kind of people who can, rewatch a show, a movie several times and get something different each time, or just be inspired in different ways, or just laugh, right? Maybe it's just a laugh. And so I'm thinking about the friendship between Issa and her friend Molly, and how their friendship ends ultimately because of not whatever transpired between the two of them, the layers of that, whatever those things are, not because of that. But really, if you look closely, it's because they didn't communicate. There were just the resentments and disappointments and the buildup of that, and just feeling the feelings, anger, frustration, whatever it is. And like, I feel this way, you suck, but never communicating. Then I thought, wow, it's such a big thing, communication. It's such a important aspect of life. Communication is so important, people. We lose so many things, so many opportunities, so many moments, so many people unnecessarily, but because we do not trust the way of truth-telling and transparency and clear communication. Instead, we take things personally. And we dig into that. We do not seek the path of complexity. We do not dive in the deep end. We stay wounded, between the shallow and the just over my head. I can only go this far and no further. What a missed opportunity. So what of repair? What does it mean to repair to you? Have you practiced repairing? Have you practiced clear talking and clear seeing? Laying all of your cards on the table, saying the truth of how you feel, how this person impacted you, shared your experience, made your needs known, listen to theirs, listen to how they have been impacted by you, how you've hurt them. Can we just sit and talk and be vulnerable and see where the road goes, see where the path leads us, how it all unfolds? Or do we just call it quits? And sometimes the one who wants to communicate has to call it quits, because without communication, there exists no connection, no relating, no relationship, no dance, no mutuality and reciprocity. And so what are we in relationship with if we're not relating, meaning communicating? And who sold us the lie that we have to hold on to all of our disappointments and build resentment and get to the place of ending before we can talk? Who said we have to reach the highest place of anger before we just say, hey, my feelings are hurt. I feel some way about that, and I want to talk about it. And then you say, and I want to listen. Listening doesn't mean you're going to like everything that you hear. It doesn't mean you're going to agree with everything that you hear. But it does mean that you will sit and have the willingness, the capacity, the desire, the wherewithal, the stamina for the withstanding to listen and to be curious rather than take it personally, to ask about it, It requires that. So I'm watching this series, right? And of course, I'm thinking about my own life and my own experience with this. And I love knowing that I am about repair. I love knowing that I am someone who wants to, can, will, and do, dive in and talk about it and hold space for myself and my pain or my joy, another person's pain or joy, without blaming. I don't have to create false stories around a situation. I don't have to take it personally. I can just be curious. I love that's what I'm about. I wasn't always about it. I wasn't always aware. But I believe in self-practice and self-knowing. And so every day of my life, I've been moving in that space to arrive at wherever I am in this moment and ongoing and beyond. Because that's what we do. What is the saying? You know better, you do better. But we have to be about the business of wanting to know, wanting to do. Because no, it's not easy, but it's not about easy. It's like food. There are flavors, textures, colors, aromas. That's not easy, that's layered, that's dynamic. And we know that when, for whatever reason, we lose our ability to taste and smell. You catch a cold or a COVID symptom, if you lose your ability to smell, we know that well. And so with communication, we're missing out when we do not enter in. And it's sad. And yet I'm glad that I enter in. And that I am drawing to myself people who can also enter in, and having to let go of those who don't, can't, won't. And I say can't because that's a choice. Won't. And I'm grateful for that. It's magical having a partner like that. And that's a whole other episode. But this is really about what we lose when we do not communicate. And are we about the repair life, or are we just about moving on? Forget it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm moving on. I don't want to hear that. I'm moving on. That's not the way of the path, or the path of the way. When we live that way, we miss out. We make small our lives. We never see our capacities. Let's be with the capacities, be with seeing them, and be with the practice of repair. I didn't grow up this way. And I know I'm not alone. I haven't met a person who grew up this way, and if I have, they have not expressed it. This is new stuff, right? But it's good stuff. I'm going to go back to watching this series. Go back to looking in on Issa and Molly's lives and seeing the missed opportunities to repair, to heal, to grow, to love well. And I'm going to allow it to inform my life, to remind me to be awake and not miss opportunities, while also being present and alert to where I invest, because not everyone will be on that path. And it's important to meet people, places, and things as they are. not from your own perception, but truly see them clearly. Right? Thank you for being with me, for listening in, spending time hanging out. I look forward to being in your company again next week. And I hope you have a great time in between. May you love yourself well and those around you. And may you give thought to who you are in relation to repair and communication and relationships, to include all of them. Yeah. Let us enter in. Well, I'll see you on the flip.